Welcome to the third of my weekly blogs, this time filmed from Westminster for the first time, because we've just finished voting on the Queen's speech. More of that we'll talk about in a minute. But locally it's been a really busy week. The highlight for me was the Armed Forces Day parade in Burnham-on-Sea, which was just an amazing turnout. The High Street was sort of 3 deep all the way down. Lots of veterans marching and some cadets as well, and that just was a really great day, and continues to grow, and next year already people have got ideas for how it could be even better still. So that was brilliant. And then of course the big thing in the constituency last weekend was the Glastonbury Festival. Whatever you think about the festival and whatever you think about the people that performed and spoke there, the fact is that hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world were in the Wales constituency last weekend having a great time, spending money locally, and I thought the festival was a great success, and we're really lucky to have it in Somerset. The other thing that randomly I've been sort of working on this week is we've got a major new employer coming to the area, and I've just been trying to help them get their electricity switched on so they can start employing people and then manufacturing, which is annoying that has not been straightforward for them, but hopefully we've got that sorted, and we'll be able to bring some more news on that in the next couple of weeks. Tomorrow and then this weekend is really busy. I'm really looking forward tomorrow to visiting some fantastic businesses in Highbridge and in Cheddar, and then also tomorrow evening I'm meeting with residents in Wales who want to sort of show me their concerns about proposals for a mobile phone mast. So you might remember in my Facebook live Q&A that I did the other day, that somebody invited me to do that, so we're sort of following up on that tomorrow, and it'd be good to hear what those people think about those masts. And then on Saturday we're getting into fete season, and I think this Saturday I'm going to 4 fetes plus the farmers market in Axbridge. But if there are more fetes that I should be at, then let me know, because I'm not shy of a cake, and I'll be happy to come along if people let me know what's going on. Up here in London, clearly the big thing this week has been the Queen's speech debate, and it's not been plain sailing. You know, I think that the amendment that went through, that was proposed today on abortion rights in Northern Ireland, was proposed by Stella Creasy, a Labour MP, and I thought that it was an excellent amendment. And I'm really glad if people sort of, I don't know if this will be on the news tonight or not, but there was a moment of real sort of bipartisan acclaim in the House of Commons an hour or so ago when that amendment was not pushed to a vote, because the government had responded today by making sure that anybody in Northern Ireland who wants to be able to have an abortion will be paid for them to come to England to have that abortion. So we don't need to challenge the sort of the religious convictions on both sides of the divide in Northern Ireland, but we are able to give people that right to choose, and I think that's exactly the right outcome. And it just goes to show that this place, for all of the hullabaloo and all of the sort of fighting that you see in PMQs, sometimes things can make progress very quickly and the right outcome be had, and I thought that was a really great thing that came out of today. The less good thing yesterday was all of the politicking around public sector pay. The reality is the Queen's speech is never going to be the time to make spending decisions. That gets done in budgets. And so for Labour to take that opportunity, it was a stunt, really, and I wasn't going to have any part of it. But that doesn't mean that I don't think we need to do something about public sector pay. I was one of the 40-odd MPs who made our views known to the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, Gavin Barwell, over the last couple of days. I was quoted in the Financial Times a week or so ago, again with my views on this. We've absolutely got to get this right, that people need to be paid fairly for what they do, and yes, of course, we have to have sound money, we need to be fiscally responsible, but the reality is that we have now been giving the public sector very small pay rises for so long that you can, I think, very reasonably make an argument that people are in really important jobs with great skills and they're not being paid fairly for what they do. And it's right that the government has committed to looking at public sector pay and for making a decision on what to do with that 1% pay cap in the budget this autumn. And I will continue to put pressure on the government to make sure that we get the right outcome, whilst crucially remaining responsible with our public finances. We can't just start taxing and borrowing more We need to do this responsibly, but we do have to be clear that after 7 years, it's really starting to bite for the public sector, and it's time we had a good look at that. And the final thing, just to sort of say before I wrap up, is a bit of personal news, and that is that this week I've been appointed to be the Parliamentary Private Secretary to Chris Grayling, the Transport Minister, which is great news. I was not expecting it the slightest, and actually takes the pressure off a little bit, because I was acutely aware that my predecessor and her predecessor before that have both been made PPSs within their first couple of years here in Parliament. So I'm delighted to follow in that tradition of Wales constituency MPs that achieve promotion in their first couple of years here. And what that means for you as constituents in Wales is that we've now got influence again in government. I have access to ministers that I didn't have as a backbencher, and I look forward to making sure that our voice is heard even more loudly, and that we've got real influence over policy making from within the government, not just from the government's backbenches. More next week. Thank you very much.